If you're ready to step up your sales game, check out the Gold Mine system from Lemoore Training. You get 25% off for following the Hampshire Business Show by typing in NHBS25 in the checkout screen. So enjoy your discount. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hampshire Business Show. My name is Chris Pastrana, and today we are here with Ashley Coffey of Top Shelf Fitness. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's get a little history. I want to know, you guys are new, so let's where did it all start from, all that?
Yep. So we actually opened in December of 2017. We are right in downtown Manchester, so we are lucky to be in a great location. I am actually from Massachusetts. I moved up here a few years ago and met my fiance at a gym, ironically. We were both personal trainers there. And so we worked at a couple of different studios, big gyms, small gyms ourselves. And we'd been talking about, starting our own business. I also have my nutrition certification, so I have been a personal trainer for about 10 years.
Oh.
And a nutritionist for 7. And so those two things have sort of always followed me no matter where I go and what I do. So it was just sort of time to start our own business and kind of be able to branch out and expand on our services that we offer. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So what type of gym is it?
So it's a small private training studio. So we don't
Okay.
offer memberships. We do strictly personal training,
Oh, that's right.
nutrition, and now we actually offer sports massage, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So we do different kind of training techniques with different individuals, but we like to offer a little bit of everything. I wanted it to kind of be a one-stop shop. So there's so many cool, nifty, like boutique fitness type places out now. There's boxing, and there's aerial yoga, and there's CrossFit, and there's just so many different, very niche-like facilities that I wanted people to enjoy those things, but I also wanted to be sort of the center of becoming healthy, getting healthier. So we offer boxing. We do a little bit of yoga. My background is in powerlifting. We do cross training, so we do just about everything. And like I said, I have my nutrition certification, and now we do sports massage because inevitably I get people that don't like to listen to me outside of the gym and push their bodies a little more. And so, we like to kind of keep them on track and as healthy as possible so they can continue to perform at an optimum level.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you said there's no membership, so it's all personal training, so one person comes in, you essentially deal with them, and then you get another client come in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting approach to fitness.
It is, and I think it does take away the gym atmosphere, but I think that's what distracts people sometimes. Not everyone. I mean, some people, it's perfect setting to just be in the gym and surrounded by people who are exercising, but there's so many people that scale themselves back because they're afraid to say, well, I don't know how to use this piece of equipment, or I don't want someone watching me, so it kind of eliminates all of that. It's just you in the gym, and we are focused 100% on you, and whether people like it or not, I become their 24/7 health coach. So, I'm constantly bugging my clients outside the gym. Are you staying on top of your eating habits that we discussed? Are you doing your exercises outside the gym? So those big changes don't happen unless, you're committing to it some form daily. So I really like to stay on top of my clients. And I think that the small gym setting gives me the flexibility to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that approach. I don't know if you ever read the book Relentless by chance.
I haven't, but I have heard of it. It is on my list.
It's kind of like the dude kind of started something very similar to that, but he only does essentially personal training for super high-end athletes. That's his thing. And so it's kind of same general thing where just you get your client, you work on them, and then but it's not like a huge gym setting. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Thanks. It's it works for us, and I think it is one of the bigger things that sets us apart, that I have the flexibility to work with my client in whatever they need. So I'm not limited to the amount of stuff that's available. I mean, we've filled our studio. I have, a massage table. I have a heavy bag. I have a speed bag. I have a pull-up cage. We have cardio equipment. So we have everything, and it's not competing with someone because the space isn't available, or, it's just about them. It's like a, playground, so to speak.
Yeah.
My clients might not see it that way, but...
Like the awful playground from
Yeah.
their childhood.
Exactly, yep.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So, you said there's a little bit of everything. Do you have a kind of style that you like to follow as far as training or anything like that?
I think some personal trainers get into a habit where they develop a style.
Yeah.
And I try not to, because every one of my clients needs something different. I will say I have less sympathy than some trainers, because I know what it takes to get people to where they need to be. So, my background is actually in physical therapy and orthopedics, so working with people with injury prevention and overcoming injuries, post-surgery, things like that.
Yeah.
So I know, once I know someone's health history, I know their limits. So everyone needs something different. I love boxing. I love weightlifting. Those are two of my favorite things. But if I have a client that doesn't need that, I don't push that on them. I really tailor a workout to whatever my specific client truly needs to get to their goals.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Like, I don't look like it. I used to like working out quite a bit, and I just like this whole service. It's really, it's why I was like, yeah, let's do it. It's cool. It's a lot of fun. So, with the exception of the clients who are kind of iffy about working out in front of other people, is there a lot of benefit to working out by yourself with a personal trainer instead of in just a normal gym environment?
Absolutely. And I think every one of us, myself included, always need someone to push us outside our comfort zone. Even if, you're someone who comes to me who's worked out for 20 years and, you have a strong grasp on what works for you and what doesn't, and, how to make your body transform to whatever your goals are. There's always someone there pushing you outside your comfort zone, but then also to provide feedback. So whether I get a client who has no idea what they're doing or has 20 years of experience with fitness and exercise, I still, like to take my corrective exercise background from orthopedics. And I had a woman just this morning who I've been training for a couple years now, and she recently had a hip replacement about a year ago. And so she's dealing with imbalance in her hips. And so she does all these exercises at home that I tell her. And she can only fit it in her schedule to train with me 2 times a week. But when she came in today, we were really addressing the imbalance in her hips. And she can't tell a difference. But when I had her stand and just pick up one foot and try not to lean against the wall, she was so aggravated that she couldn't do it. And just little things like that, body mechanics, always having someone there to make sure that you're doing it properly, because bad habits form over time. And that's how injury happens.
Yeah. That's why. So you mentioned she only comes in a couple times a week. I guess, how do I word that? How often do people typically come in to work out?
Yep. So I try and get people in 3 to 4 times a week if they can fit it into their schedule. I'm flexible with people. But a lot of times people will say to me, listen, you're it. Like, I'm not going to commit to much more outside the gym. And that's okay. But I expect them to give me 100% when they're in the gym, and that's where they're going to see the results. I have some other people that train 1 or 2 times a week because it's just their way to get out of the house. And so those people I'm a lot more strict with outside the gym. I really try and give them, nutrition advice and some exercise routines to do outside the gym. And so I'm constantly checking up on those people. Like, are you staying on track? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Like I said, when I have people start training with me, I just invade their life. I'm in it. I'm part of the family. And, I have a woman I do a nutrition program with through Skype. And she's in Wyoming, and I have her sister in Arizona right now. And it's all about, like, the whole family's getting involved. They convinced each other to do it. One of them is trying to get their young kids to eat healthy. So it's a ripple effect. And so I try and get people to commit as much as possible time-wise, because then it just becomes easier. It just becomes a part of their life that they can, push their healthy lifestyle habits on their family, and then it just becomes easier.
Yeah. So it's what you said, you were invading their life, and I just get this picture of like almost like a social media stalker. You're sitting there and like they post a picture of their food, and you're like, "That's on your diet."
I'm not that bad, but I'm close. I am definitely close. I have a woman from back home from Massachusetts. She was a client of mine for years, and every year on her birthday, I would post on her Facebook, "Happy birthday! You owe me 100 birthday burpees." And finally, she got to the point where her and her husband would do them together, and you know, so I think it becomes a joke, but I'm always there. I like to keep people on task.
Yeah, I like that, and it's a good approach. One, just in a funny way, and two, to like, yeah, I'm gonna hound you to make sure you stay in shape, because like you mentioned, when especially parents, when they're healthy, that kind of has a good effect on the children. And I feel bad because I see a lot of kids nowadays who are just very out of shape, very, very out of shape, and they're very young, and I almost feel bad for them. Well, not almost. I do feel very bad because they don't even have a chance. Like, because I think as a trainer, you probably know, as once you kind of put the weight on, it's much easier to put it on later on. So like, they're being set up for just a miserable life early, and it's sad.
Hard. So actually the reason I will graduate tomorrow with my with my degree in marketing and professional sales from SNHU. But that was a 10-year road for me. So I took time off of school, started working, traveling, all that sort of thing, and decided it was time to go back to school and finish my degree. And the reason I decided to go back was because I wanted to start a program one day, like an outdoor wellness camp of sorts that got kids involved in enjoying being healthy. So, involving ropes courses and having some form of, cooking class and all those sort of components that they might not get at home that they enjoy. Because you're right, there's so many kids that, I don't think parents want to set their kids up for failure, but it happens. Bad habits happen, life gets hectic, and I guarantee you if you asked any mother of a young child, why don't you feed your kids healthy? Like, well, my kid wants chicken nuggets tonight, and that's all they're willing to eat. So you just, convenience is a hard thing to overcome when, life is hectic. So, that's definitely an issue. But, I mean, that is sort of my goal to expand upon our gym now, get a kids program going and head in that direction.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so we take a quick break for the sponsors so everyone says so. Okay, June 23rd is the day. The Small Business Festival is getting ready to go. Spots are filling up, so jump in the description below and sign up. $65 for your table. It's going to be a great day. The food festival is going on at the same time, so there's going to be people, there's going to be food, and there's going to be other businesses. If that sounds like something for you, reach out, get your booth. Don't miss this opportunity. Funnels help you sell 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without you even being there. Once it's set up, all you do is press play and they go. So head over to anybusinessshow.com/funnels and let me show you how to get one set up for yourself. So, professional sales, you said, is part of your degree. It's very interesting to go from gym to marketing and sales. Like, why take that route?
So, I always said when I was younger, I'm not sure what I want to go to school for, but it'll never be business. Like, that's just boring to me. And it's ironic because here I am. I've always had the fitness and nutrition and wellness sort of background. That's always intrigued me. I've always sort of sought more information, to learn more, to expand on my knowledge and my certifications. But the business part of it, I never had. My dad was a business and finance major, and, he always pushed the boring stuff on me. Like, you got to know this, you got to know this. And so, just as I had sort of taken time off and realized I wanted to go back to school, I realized I needed to fill the gaps, and that was business. That was running a successful business, the marketing and sales aspect of it, because I hated those things, and I knew I needed to learn to properly approach them. And I'm so glad I did. My degree has done, amazing things for making me step outside my comfort zone, and definitely helped me expand our business. So,
yeah. Very cool. I think I'm somewhere in the line of getting my degree from Southern New Hampshire. I don't quite know, but yeah, I could see that being helpful after a little bit.
Yes,
Hopefully.
it's definitely come in handy.
Yeah. So, and I know you mentioned you were starting a kids program hopefully here pretty soon, but where's your goal for the business? Where do you want to take it? Because I know you said you and your fiance are running the place.
Yes.
There's almost, I guess, the limitations you run into when you run personal training is that you can't just have full membership where you kind of cover some of your costs. So where are you looking to take everything in the future? More like classes, or you know what I mean? I think I'm trying to get there.
Yeah, no, there's, the possibilities are endless. I actually, my fiance and I constantly discuss, what more we can bring to the table, what more we can add, what more we can do to stand out. And I think we've done a great job, even in the few months that we have been open, to sort of differentiate ourselves. But I actually am in the midst of starting a program with Families in Transition and New Horizons, which I'm really excited about.
Okay.
I actually met with the director. So Families in Transitions and New Horizons recently merged. So for those of you who don't know, they are the two homeless shelters in Manchester. And they recently merged together, so now it's sort of one big organization. And I met with the director a few weeks ago, and we bounced around ideas about starting a program. So within the next 2 months, we're actually going to be starting a program with Top Shelf Fitness and Families in Transitions and New Horizons. That's going to involve, reaching out to the community, reaching out to the homeless community, connecting them with members of our community, and sort of getting them active, getting them moving and exercising and things like that.
Wow.
It doesn't cost anything to do push-ups. So,
Yeah.
Just trying to build community. There's so many resources in this state that are offered to the homeless community, which is amazing. But I wanted to offer something to incentivize them, something to make them want to, take it to the next step, achieve something, become a better part of themselves, and just sort of bring the community together. So,
Yeah.
My fiance always laughs at me. I don't think I'm not happy unless I'm reaching out to someone new, trying to help someone
Yeah.
else. So that is sort of my next step to sort of develop that program.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'll see where we take it from there.
Yeah. I really like the idea, because there is sort of I see this a lot with with depressions and all that stuff, where exercise kind of starts helping deal with that type of stuff, because of all the chemicals going on in your body and everything. So I like the idea of, introducing that to a community that probably would never think about working out. If I didn't have a home, I don't think fitness would be super high on my list of things to do.
It's definitely true. And I applaud Stephanie, the director, for meeting with me and not looking at me like, you've got to be kidding, right? I mean, she was like open arms when I talked to her about this, and she was like, let's do it. She was all in, which was super exciting. So, I think, trying to expand Top Shelf Fitness into the community and, being the gap that sort of bridges those two things are really what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. And I like your point about push-ups are, free, because they are, and so is running, and so are burpees.
It's true.
All free.
It just costs you a couple calories and a few short breaths, but that's okay.
Yeah. It seems like, I'm trying to think how, logistically you would even do that with, I guess, maintaining calories and being almost at the same time. Just, I guess, from the healthy portion of it, have you guys thought about that at all? Because that's kind of an interesting question.
We have. So, like I said, New Hampshire has done such a great job of having all these resources offered. And so the amount of food that is offered, the soup kitchen, all the donations and everything are really helpful. And Stephanie and I had actually talked about, coming up with some sort of plan just to educate on what it requires, what your body requires when you're exercising, what it requires to recover, what it requires to function at a general level. And so, just getting to eat healthier as is, knowing that all those resources are available to them, which is really helpful. So.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I just got a weird flashback to when I was in the Army. I was in this one training program where we did nothing but eat, sleep, workout. So I'm like, that'd be interesting. I couldn't imagine this working on the civilian side, but like having almost like a giant camp. Like, that's why it sounds really bad, but where all they have like their cots and then some electricity and showers, but all they do is, read and hang out, and work out all day. Like, it's a little ridiculous to not think about it, but it's kind of a funny idea.
It's true. It's working out does amazing things. Like you said, chemically wise, releasing endorphins in your body, just getting blood flow. All sorts of things that when you've got a lot of things going on, it can definitely help. So
yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I guess off the homeless program, we already know where guys are kind of looking forward. So I think we might have touched on this a little bit earlier, but do you have packages or plans, or how kind of does membership with you guys work?
We do. So we have different program that we offer. So we do strictly a nutrition program. Like I said, that I do with a lot of people over Skype. I have people back home in Massachusetts, Arizona, Wyoming, Alaska, Florida. So, we have that I offer to people, right in front of me as well as all over. But then we also have training programs based off of how much time someone can commit, what their goals are, their long-term versus short-term. I always try and get people to see the long-term goals, even if they have, people who come in to me and say, well, I have a wedding in 3 months I need to get ready for. I try and turn that into a long-term goal. Well, this is our first goal, but, our next goal is to sort of reach past this. And so we have different programs that we offer for people that can, commit to 3 or 4 times a week, or can only commit to 1 or 2 times a week, or, I have some people that travel a lot, so they'll come in and visit me when they're home, and then I'll sort of come up with a program for them to do while they're traveling, based off of whatever they have available to them. So kind of customizable to, how much time people can give me.
Yeah.
So.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So anyone that wants to reach out, take advantage of your programs, all that stuff, how do they do it?
So our website is topshelffitnessnh.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Top Shelf Fitness. And we are located right on Hanover Street, 83 Hanover Street. We're on the 2nd floor. We're actually right across from the Palace Theater. Okay.
So. Yeah, I know that is. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you so much for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. And all the best wishes for, you and the homeless community and all that stuff too.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to roll out with a last word from our sponsors, and I will see you all next time. If you need a vacation, head over to aliensbusinessshow.com/travel today. Chestnut Travel Agency is amazing. They can help you get where you want to go, to kind of get out of your life for a little while. Have fun, relax. Check them out.